Download the Pod TV app to catch your favorite shows like Smoke A Lot Radio, The Connected Experience, On the Line, The Gangsta Chronicles, and Doggy Diamonds No Filter, uncut and raw, unscripted. Remember, it's the Pod TV app, you heard?
If you keeping it real on your side of your town, you tune in to Gangsta Chronicles.
Gangsta Chronicles, we gon' tell you how it goes.
If I lie, my nose will grow like Pinocchio. We gon' tell you the truth and nothing but the truth.
Gangsta Chronicles, this is not your average show.
You're now tuned into the real MC8, Big James, and Big Steel.
This is strictly from the streets.
Hello.
We represent the James.
We'd like to welcome everyone to another episode of the Gangsta Chronicles podcast, and I'm with my homeboy today.
Yeah.
And you know, the homie Big James is out there handling some business right now, and he'll be back on the next show, of course. Y'all keep my boy up in prayers. Ain't nothing wrong now, so I don't want y'all out there starting no rumors and other shit.
People always expect shit be wrong still, but we gotta let them know, like I tell people, excuse me, like I tell people, we are ordinary motherfuckers, right? Even though people see us, we podcasting and the nigga on records and all this shit, we got normal responsibilities. My nigga James raising his grandson right now, trying to show him that right path. So when niggas have personal shit, it's just personal. Nigga got the grandson, he got to go take care of some shit. You never know what it is. But so don't expect that it's always something negative when a nigga might be missing in action for the day. You get me? We just gave my nigga, we can handle this. You feel me?
Hell yeah. And I'll tell you what, though. We got one of my probably favorite, easily one of my top 5 of all time. My nigga, the Peter Man. I'm gonna call him the Peter Man because that's what it's kind of
niggas, Big Mike in the beer man. If niggas don't know Big Mike, niggas don't know my nigga 3-2, rest in peace. You niggas asleep like a motherfucker. The Convicts was official like a referee with a whistle. You get me?
Like a motherfucker. I'm gonna tell you a story, Big Mike. When I first heard you. My boy from Texas, Tyler, Texas, Quintazina, we was playing football at New Mexico State.
Hold up, man. What kind of receiver is you talking on, man?
He done plugged up the old school fucking headset receiver. Like he in the motherfucker, like he in grandma's kitchen and shit with that receiver and shit, with that phone receiver he done plugged up.
And I'm gonna tell you,
and Mike, he talking on that motherfucker like he really in somebody's office conversation and stuff. Look at him.
I was tripping. I'm looking. I had to look again. I said, this nigga's on the first receiver, my nigga. I love it.
I can't do it like my mama used to.
He on that motherfucking shit that the cord wrapped around 30,000 things in your grandmama house on Sunday and shit.
Hey, don't get no short in that motherfucker.
Hell no,
look, that was our rendition. Hey, still, that was our rendition of the cell phone right there, because grandmama had that cord on there, nigga, that went from the kitchen to outside and around to the backyard.
Yeah. You can hold that motherfucker on their shoulders like this. And hold that motherfucker like this on their shoulders and whoop 2 or 3 niggas' ass at the same time.
You made sure you got that 1,000-foot cord when you got that motherfucker too, so you can just bail all around the motherfucking house with that motherfucker and outside. Nigga see you outside with the house phone and like, nigga, what you think I bought me that 1,000-cord shit for the swap meet, nigga? That shit wrapped around the furniture and everything.
Hell yeah, but man, the first time I got hip to you, dog, my boy from Tyler, Texas, man. We playing football in New Mexico State, and we got a whole bunch of Houston niggas on the team, Louisiana niggas. So they came with a whole bunch of the different music. We had the West Coast shit, they had the down south shit. So he had that album, The Convicts, man, and y'all had a song on that motherfucker, The Legal Aliens. I said, God damn, boy, these are some ruthless ass niggas down here in motherfucking Texas, boy. So we gonna go back a little bit, Big Mike, man, because nobody, whenever I see you don't do a whole lot of interviews, man. So thank you for coming on, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Thank y'all for having me.
Oh, for sure. We gonna go back now, man. So the Convicts was your first group. That was the first time you was out on wax, right?
Yeah.
How did that come about? Because you're originally from Louisiana, New Orleans, right?
Exactly. Yep.
So tell me, how did you get put into the fold, man, in the Rap-A-Lot fold? Like, how did that happen? How did that come about?
Well, I was always doing music, right? Because my father is a musician. You know what I mean? So coming out of New Orleans, we was always doing some kind of music, right? So I knew I was going to express myself musically. I just didn't then know in what form it would be, by instrumentation, you know what I mean, singing or something like that. But when I got my first one in hip hop, I think the song was Planet Rock. When I heard that one, I say, now that's what I'm gonna do. Even I didn't even start crafting then, right? But I knew that the seed was planted. I knew that's how I wanted to express myself musically, right? So about the age of 13, man, I moved to Houston with my grandparents from New Orleans. And, to give me a better shot, a better opportunity to get me out the projects. And I would come back to New Orleans for the summertime and things like that. And me and my dad would get off into the studio. And we had recorded a demo, 3 songs. Went back to Houston, started working for the summertime at the Olive Garden restaurant. Yeah. Met Tony Draper there. That was my nigga. We was working there as teenagers. Yeah, we was young. We working at the Olive Garden together. And he's taking me home one night because that nigga had the whip. So he taking me home one night after closing. I pop in my demo. He hear the demo. He asked could he hold the demo, right? And so I let him hold the demo. He come back to me the following week, and he like, listen, man, I got a homie, man, that work up at Rap-A-Lot. He's a producer. His name is John Beto. I let him hear the demo. He took the demo to Jay Prince. We called him Lil J at the time. Took the demo to Jay Prince, and they want to have a meeting with us. You know what I mean? Because it was me and Tony Draper who was putting the money together behind me getting in the studio. You dig? So and that's how the initial meeting with Rap-A-Lot had came about. So they went at the meeting, they presented me with the Convicts situation, right? They told me they had a group that they was working on called the Convicts with 3-2. There's another guy that was on Rap-A-Lot. He passed away as well. His name is Big Mello, but he was also a member of the group. But he happened to be locked up at the time, right? So Jay Prince, he was like, man, we heard your music. We like what you and Tony doing, right? If you know what I'm saying, you come on and help us with this Convict project, then we'll turn around and help y'all with what y'all trying to do. You feel me?
Yeah, for sure.
And I just saw it as an opportunity. I had heard about Rap-A-Lot. I knew what they was doing and things like that. I was a fan of some of the music they was putting out already. You know what I mean? So I saw it as an opportunity. So I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let's do it. And that's how the Convict opportunity came about.
Oh, that's real dope. So you and 3-2 y'all wasn't really familiar with each other. They had put y'all together because y'all chemistry was incredible.
Yeah, once we got together though, we hit it off like a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? He would come out to my hood and just hang out, you know what I'm saying? And we bonded and vibed. We bonded like a motherfucker, you know, that's my brother. He wasn't just a member of the group. We wasn't just members of a group together, you know what I mean? That's my brother, man. We experienced a lot of things together, you know, and that's why the chemistry took off like it did. But yeah, shout out to Mr. 3-2, man. God bless his spirit, man. He was an awesome nigga behind that pen. a lot of character, you know. Yeah, and I miss the guy a lot, man. But yeah, we had a little chemistry to start with.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. You know, so Big Mello was gonna be a part of the Convicts.
Yeah.
Because he had a classic album from the South too. He had a classic album.
That shit was hard.
Yeah, he had a very classic album. So at this time, so y'all do the Convict situation, and you had kind of made your way out to the West Coast at one point, didn't you?
Yeah. Shortly after we dropped the Convicts record, I think it was out maybe about going on a year. And by way of Michael Harris, Harry O, and
Right.
his wife at the time, Lydia Harris.
That's when I got
yeah,
first put on the y'all about
exactly.
that time. That's when I first
Yeah,
got put on
so
to the Convicts.
exactly. So they was like, we starting the label with Dr. Dre, you feel me? And called Death Row Records, right? And we think it would be dope. The Convicts on Death Row. So that's how that whole engagement had came about. You feel me? So after they we get the call from Jay Prince, and he like, listen, man, y'all going to LA. We really didn't even much know what was happening at the time though. And shit, nigga, the very next day, we was in Los Angeles. You dig what I'm saying? And got up to the studio, they come pick us up. That's the first time I met Suge, met DOC, Dre, who else was there? Rage. They had an R&B group called Image that was there. Joel was there.
Image. That's funny because Image first song that they ever sung, they sung the hook on my album on Music to Drive By on a song called Use a Bitch.
No shit.
Image. Yes, that's Image who's singing that right there. I forgot all
That's
about
dope.
that.
Image is
documented. I told you, nigga, I was there at the beginning, man. I'm telling you.
I know.
I was there at the, let me tell you something. Niggas don't know. We came up with that Death Row name, sitting down with Unknown and DJ Slip at a restaurant one night.
Unknown and DJ Slip. Yep.
Thank you. Unknown, let me tell you something. Unknown was getting ready to work on my record, Music to Drive By. We was at Harold and Bell's one night, and the nigga said, I just hooked up with Suge and them, and they finna start a new label. They trying to come up with a name for it. Me, Chill, and Slip was sitting there with Unknown, and we said Death Row, and we named it DEF. After motherfucking Def Jam. Remember they had them leather motherfucking coats at first. They had Def Jam. And black leather coats with the looks on.
Yeah.
Exactly. Nigga, we thought of that shit because we thought we were gonna be a part of that shit. Me and Chill at CMW thought we were gonna be like a group under Death Row as well. It's a lot of history behind that, but yeah, Unknown DJ and DJ Slip got brought on as producers because they was
working on the Convict shit. Yeah, yeah.
And so
they
y'all
was working on the Convict shit.
And y'all out here y'all out here on the West Coast, y'all just at the time just making records because RBX always talks about that. He got a lot of love for y'all. He say, man, Big Mike and Big Mike.
Shout out to RBX, man. That's my nigga, man. I got love for RBX as well, man. Yeah. While we was there, man, shit, man, it was a good time, man. It was a new definition of family to me. You know what I'm saying? I really felt that California love. You know what I mean? It helped me sharpen up as an artist as well. My time there, my experience there. We didn't get an opportunity to release that album on because I came back and I recorded the Ghetto Boys album, right? So my intentions was to come back after we recorded that Ghetto Boys album, but things had kind of took off and I was on that roller coaster by then. But Suge and them, you know what I'm saying, man, they was cool throughout the whole situation, man. You know what I mean? I can't even lie, man. Shout out to Big Suge, man. You know what I'm saying? He looked out for me in a real way, looked out for my mama in a real way, man. You know what I'm saying? Made a move that helped change our lives. You know what I mean? So I'm thankful for that as well. Got a chance to befriend Snoop, Warren G, and everybody. Matter of fact, we all stayed together for a small period of time. You know what I mean? That was awesome and shit like that, man. And even though we didn't get a chance to release that album, you can hear the Convicts influence all over that Chronic. You hear what I'm saying? You know, so that was a good look for us as well. Although I would have rather had been performing on the record, you know what I'm saying? But it didn't come about, you know what I mean? But the experience and everything that I gained from being down there, man, it was a plus. You know what I'm saying? It sent me back to Houston on fire. You dig? Y'all heard the proof when I did that Ghetto Boys album, when I dropped that Something Serious. A lot of that material was formulated when I was on the West.
Oh, wow. You know what? You know what's crazy about you saying that, bro? The album does have a real West Coast feel to it.
Right.
It has a real strong West Coast feel to it. Like when you came with the with the smoke him and choke him like the motherfucker Peter, man, with the Snoop sounds on the thing from when he shouted you out in that thing.
Yeah.
That album it's a classic album, dog. And I want to go back to something that you mentioned. We gonna touch on that Ghetto Boys album real quick, man. Especially while 8 gone, because 8 you want me to be all politically correct. I can ask the questions I really want to ask now. On that Ghetto Boys album, dog, what was going on with you and Scarface? That sounded like a competition, bro.
It wasn't like an open competition, right? But naturally, right? Naturally, you got 2 dogs on the squad. You feel me? They gonna look for any motivation. You think what I'm saying? That's available, right? To get busy. So that's all was going on, man. If it was any kind of competition, it was brotherly competition.
Oh,
you
for
dig
sure.
what I'm saying?
Like
but we both wanted to give the album our best. That's how I look at it.
Because I'm gonna tell you like this, dog, and this I don't want to hear y'all in them comments and sending me still you tripping, but Big Mike was getting up in Scarface ass with some of them songs. Some of them records you was definitely giving the business, and that's no disrespect to Scarface. Scarface did his thing on there, and he is one of the greatest of all time. But you gotta put Big Mike in that same category because you was on there. Because that's what I listen to lyrics, man. You was on there giving it to him.
Hey man, I appreciate that analysis. I really do. Shout out to Scarface, man, because the brother is a pillar when it comes to Southern hip hop and hip hop as a whole. You dig what I'm saying?
Sure, 100%.
So it was an honor for me to even get down on that project, man. I really learned a lot during that process, man. Shout out to Bushwick Bill, man. May God bless his spirit, man. You know what I mean? An awesome brother. We all had some ups and downs and things like that. But looking back at it now in hindsight, everything had to happen. It had to play a part in our foundational history. You dig what I'm saying? So, I appreciate the opportunity to get down and record that project with them guys. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, it didn't branch off into other projects with all of us together. But it did help provide a platform for me to be able to drop my solo career, and I was good from there. You dig? So.
Oh, for sure. So let me ask you this. So, by you being with Death Row after that Ghetto Boys album came out, did Suge and them get back at you like, hey, what's up, Big Mike? We trying to get you over here?
Yeah, Suge, listen, even when I went back to record the Ghetto Boys project, right? It was like I was still on Death Row. I was still family because when we recorded the Ghetto Boys project after it was released, the first Chronic tour, it was Death Row and the Ghetto Boys. You dig what I'm saying? And shit, I rode on the tour bus with them. You dig what I'm saying? So it was family. I still had my place out there in LA. You dig what I'm saying? Suge was still looking out for me. I was still, whenever we would travel for like music conventions and shit, I was always with them. So, like that didn't never stop, right? But I did end up recording the solo project with Rap-A-Lot. Death Row had started going through some changes at the time, right? And then me not being there physically in the mix, right? I didn't really understand what was going on. So I made a business decision at the time that was best for myself and my family, what I thought. You dig what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Right? And I lived with my decision and I moved forward. You know what I mean? But it was always love with me and the artists out there on Death Row with Rage, Snoop, Warren G, Daz, Corrupt, Well. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that was out there that, you know what I'm saying, that I was able to become friends with and things like that. Me and Mr. 32, everybody, we was good. At times I do wish I would stay and seen what came about from that. But, we make our decisions and we have to live with them. We have to move forward. It's all a part of our foundational history, as I said.
Finally get